Hi there, this is my 5th video response to VenomFangX's video series called Satan Invented Evolution. In this video, we'll be talking about the second half of his 3rd video, where he talked about macroevolution. Like I said in my previous video, VenomFangX loves to twist a little word here and there, just to make things seem worse than they are. And the second half of his 3rd video is no exception, and I'm going to try and show you guys exactly where he did just that. Okay, let us start. VenomFangX started this video by doing something that is very uncommon for creationists to do. He actually defined what a kind is. He defined it as family. And then macroevolution is defined as changing from one kind to another. This is kind of vague, but okay. But then he comes around and implies that the evidence we need for macroevolution is to see a dog giving birth to a non-dog. This is a straw man, even if we use his definition of macroevolution. Macroevolution is changing from one kind to another. Time is not stated here, nor is the number of generations needed to pull this off. So as long as the descendants of a dog can no longer interbreed with their ancestors, that is already macroevolution. It does not have to happen in a single generation. Next, he said that evolution claims that dogs came from rocks. This is of course an obvious appeal to ridicule, but also a straw man, even if we use his rather simplistic version of abiogenesis. He said, and I paraphrase, evolution claims that dogs came from rocks because it rained on the rocks for billions of years, and from the rocks came this primordial soup, and from this soup evolved everything we see today. So this means that dogs didn't came from rocks, they came from the primordial soup. They didn't came from rocks, they were developed on the rocks. I'm just using his own words against him. Next, he started to read. I didn't fully realize this when I was making my previous video, but he was reading, quite literally, word for word, from another website. I knew he was reading because it was obvious that he was reading, but I didn't know exactly when he was reading from what. I've only checked one of the links he provided in his description, and that was the Designed Universe website. But that is a site with even more links in it, and I thought I'm not going to check all those links to see where he got what. But anyways, what he was reading from was from the other website that he provided. And even though he was reading, literally, occasionally changes a few words here and there. But by doing so, he changes the entire meaning of the sentence he was reading from. So let us use CamStudio again and read with him together. Okay, this is creationistunleashed.blogspot.com, and this is a website where VenomFangX was reading from. I've set up this exactly the same as before. We are going to read this, and I'm going to play the audio using Winamp. I hope you guys can read this though, because this can go kind of fast. But anyways, let us start and read.
There is a total lack of undisputed examples, fossilized or living, of millions of transitional forms, otherwise called missing links, required for evolution to be true.
Okay, pause. I don't like how he is reading this. He read this as transitional forms, aka missing link. I have a problem with that, because the way he read it seems as if a transitional form is by definition a missing link. But that's not true. Whenever we have found a transitional form, that becomes a link, not a missing link. Missing links are only the transitional forms that we haven't found yet. So it was kind of misleading for him to read it the way he did. But anyways, let us continue with evolution does not require.
It does not require a single missing link, but innumerable ones. We should be surrounded by a zoo of transitional forms that cannot be categorized into one particular life form. There has to be a transition between them.
Okay, pause. I don't understand this sentence. This is not a criticism to VenomFangX, but more to the author of this article. The more I read this sentence, the less I understand this. Let me explain. This sentence is saying, for evolution to be true, we should be surrounded by a zoo of transitional forms that cannot be categorized as one particular life form. But why? Why? I just don't understand it. Let me explain. Take for example the human evolution. Australopithecus, and then Homo sapiens, us. The transitional forms are Homo Habilis and Homo erectus. But according to this sentence, we should not have categorized Homo habilis and Homo erectus because that made evolution untrue. Let me explain it differently. Australopithecus and Homo habilis. Let's say in the future we have found a transitional form between those two. According to this sentence, we cannot categorize this new life form because otherwise evolution will not be true. Why? What? Why? I totally don't understand it. Why cannot we categorize this new life form? Why? Why not? Why cannot we use this? Species, genus, family, order, class, phylum, and kingdom. Why cannot we categorize this new life form? I totally don't understand it. Creationists, please explain this to me. But anyways, let us continue to read. I think we are here, but we don't see. Okay.
See this? There are different kinds of dogs, but all are clearly dogs. The fossils show different sizes of horses, but they are all clearly horses. None of this is on the verge of being some other life form. The fossil record shows complex fossilized life forms suddenly appearing as if spontaneously created by an intelligent creator.
Okay, pause. You see? He added something. But I suppose it's okay, because the author of this article is also a Christian, so he probably doesn't mind. But anyways, let us continue. There are major gaps between.
Huge gaps between fossilized kinds. Darwin even acknowledged that if his theory were true, it would require millions of transitional forms. He believed they would be found in the fossil records, but not one has been.
Whoa, you hear that? He changed the last sentence from "they haven't been" to "not one have been." I think that is misleading. Maybe my English sucks, but the way I'm reading these two sentences is that Darwin thinks that for evolution to be true, it will require millions of transitional forms, but we have only found like one or two. But the way VenomFangX was reading, it seems as if not one transitional form has been found, but that is simply not true and extremely misleading. But anyways, let us start and read from the next part of. Let us start and read from the next part. Okay, the next part starts with "the fact is." Let us begin to read.
The fact is, many supposed ape men are very clearly apes. Evolutionists now admit that other so-called ape men would be able to have children with modern humans, which makes them the same species as humans.
Okay, stop. How ambiguous is the term ape man? I mean, even the article itself put this between quotes. What is an ape man? A homo what? Homo what? Because this term is so vague, I cannot even go and search to see if this claim has any validity. Anyways, let us continue to read with the main species.
The main species said to bridge the gap, Homo habilis, is thought to be by many the missing link between apes and humans. However, there's never been one found, and there should be millions of them.
If you listen to VenomFangX, it seems as if he is saying that not a single specimen of Homo habilis has been found. But that is not what this is saying. This is saying Homo habilis is thought by many to be a mixture of ape and human fossils. In other words, the missing link is still missing. I've looked up talkorigins. What is meant by this is that there is a controversy right now between scientists that what we at first thought that that Homo habilis as one species might be a mixture of two species, a mixture of ape and human fossils. That we should not even call it Homo, but Australopithecine. That is very different than to say that not one specimen of Homo habilis has been found, and that's just so misleading. Also, if you listen to VenomFangX, he's also implying that evolutionists has been lying to us all this time when they say that they found Homo habilis. Those bastards, because not a single specimen has been found all this time. That is just so extremely misleading. But oh well. Okay, after all that reading, he rounded up his video, and then at the end he said that there is no reason to believe in evolution because there's no evidence. Well, I suppose you're right. I suppose if you don't mention human chromosome number 2, and if you don't show us the real fossils, and if you twist your words like that, and if you don't even mention natural selection, then yeah, you're right. You got me. There is no evidence. Also, he then said that the only reason to believe in evolution is if you want to suppress the truth. Okay. To whoever is watching my video right now, you be the judge. You've just watched my video, right? So you be the judge. Is it us that is suppressing the truth? Or is it him, VenomFangX, that is suppressing the truth? You be the judge. Anyways, that was my video. Thank you guys for watching and stay tuned for more.